Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone today? So good, I hope. So good. I'll remove this. This is from another project that I was working on. I don't know about you guys, but do you have like 100 different things going on at the same time, or do you just work on the one thing? I'm always working on bunches of things. Anyway, I have, I had this idea in my head about, remember we talked just the other day, remember I told you there was a quote, by Leah, just a sec, where's the piece of paper, just a sec. Okay. Good morning, Peg. So, I am plagued with some allergies this morning. I've already taken Sudafed and did my little essential oils. And I'm waiting for everything to kick in. Good morning, Keels. So, do you remember the other day we were talking about the quote that I found from Leah Griffith, who makes the crepe paper flowers? And it was, when your hands create, your mind finds calm. And so I thought, that is so true, at least for me. So do you remember I painted this 2-page spread with the new Liquitex color of the year? It's like blue, light blue violet. Anyway, I had just done this whole page of mark making. Good morning, Valerie. Good morning, Susan. And the more I kind of kept thinking about like what I wanted to do with this, the more like flowers. I know that comes as a complete surprise to everyone that flowers would be what's in my noggin, but it is. And so, and you know, whenever I travel to a new city, I always have to go to a new art supply store or a stationery store. And I found these Sakura Microperm pens. And so I thought, you know what, I want to play with those. I believe I got these in Oklahoma City. I think. Anyway, so the thing about these pens, I wrote down, all the information about them. They're new to me. I don't know how new they are to the market, but they're ultra fine line waterproof permanent ink pens. I'm reading this right from the website. The alcohol solvent dye stuff colorant ink will mark on nearly any surface, including metal, glass, plastic, wood, and cellophane. An ideal product for incredible detail, precision, and permanence. And an alcohol-based cleaner will remove it from a non-porous surface. But I was thinking, because they are Microperm, Microperm, and they're by Sakura. So I bought a 01 and a 05, just because, you know, whatever. So I thought, wouldn't it be cool to do, one of today's prompts is try a new hand lotion. And I happened to put kind of a greasy hand lotion on this morning, and so here I am with my trying to open my pen with my greasy fingers. Okay, so which one is this? Is the number 1. So let's give that a try. I thought, wouldn't it be cool to just do little funky petals around each one of these marks, right? I just thought that would be kind of fun and cool. I don't know if I'm going to do the same kind of petals around each blue mark, or if I'm going to change it up. I don't know. And I don't know if I'm going to do more to that. Sometimes it's okay to just grow with the idea as it happens, you know? So that's kind of what I'm feeling like. I just wanted to get kind of lose myself in creating just these little funky petals on these flowers, on these these marks, I should say. And these don't have to be anything except just funky flowers, you know? Like this one's going to be a tall, skinny, and this one's a square because it was just brush marks, right? With acrylic paint on, hi Deb, acrylic paint on my composition book pages. So I hope that everybody will just kind of lose themselves in petal making. And if you haven't gotten this far, then I hope that you'll just find a color and fill a couple pages with brush marks, just some brush strokes. Just let it grow as we go along, you know? We have 2 pages to fill, so it's okay if we don't even finish this part in our hour together. It's all right, right? I just want it to look like a field of flowers. Oh my gosh. Wasn't there an Avon perfume called Field of Flowers? Everything in my life harkens back to Avon. And it's so funny because I see Avon stuff pop up on my social media all the time, like old Avon stuff. Oh my gosh, so many memories. Oh, everybody take a drink. I'm loving this. So, I woke up to this note from my friend Peggy, and it said, Carole King's Tapestry is 55 years old. It was released 55 years ago. Man alive, I love Carole King's Tapestry album. And I think I've told you guys this story before, but I remember it so vividly because my 6th grade teacher, Mrs. Murray, played it during like a quiet time in the day. She played a lot of Carole King and James Taylor, the Beatles. It was a sweet time in my life. I just remember really enjoying that, my 6th grade is Mrs. Murray was my homeroom room teacher, and I loved her. And then I've often wondered, like, what happened to Mrs. Murray? Because I remember her looking old, but I was thinking about this when I was talking to another friend, that people appear much younger now. Do you know what I mean? 60 is a, do you know what I mean? Someone who was 60 in our childhood looked old as the hills, and now I don't know any of my friends that look their age. Everyone is, maybe it's because I surround myself by young at heart people, but anyway, let's see. Keely, I love the Tapestry album. We have it in 6 or 7 different formats. That's so funny. I think we have it in a few, at least a few. Because I had the cassette tape, and I'm sure I probably had the CD, and now I just have it in my a playlist on my phone, which is crazy that I listen to music so much through my phone now. I just remember, like, I loved the photograph of her. Didn't you love that photograph of her on the cover of Tapestry? I do, I do. Still waiting for my Sudafed to kick in, you guys. Honest to Pete. I'm kind of loving these. Oh my goodness, we've got to be able to pay tribute to James Van Der Beek. What a tragic, horrible happening. He was 48. Died from colorectal cancer. Gosh, I hate cancer. It's just sad, isn't it? I just want these to look fun and flirty, these posies. There's lots of petals to draw. I have never watched Dawson's Creek either, but I'll tell you something. I did watch Varsity Blues, that movie. And another thing, the 90s were a blur for me too. But I started to follow him on social media, and you know what it was? I was just telling Jeff this last night. He wrote the most beautiful, he had such a power over the English language. If you go on his social media, when he writes a tribute to one of his children or his wife or a friend, I'm telling you, the way that he observed life and the way that he expressed those observations, oh my gosh, you guys, you've got to read what he writes, because what he wrote, it was, so I've been following him for years, but because I so enjoyed reading what he wrote about other people, I mean, he's certainly been in other shows or movies or whatever that I've seen, but I wasn't a Dawson's Creek person, but, oh, man alive, so good, so good, and so tragic that he was lost so young. Oh my gosh. These posies are making me so happy. Oh, what was it? Okay, you know I always have many things to talk about. So, the James Vanderbeek. And if you see his face, you'll recognize him, certainly. You guys, I'm loving this so much. That's making me happy. I like that some of them have white petals, some of them the some of my petal making is up on the blue paintbrush stroke. Oh my gosh, it's making me so happy. I am waiting to get my hair cut, so I won't be here long. Love the blue mark making. I think that's what I'll do when I get home. I think that sounds like a grand idea, Lindy. A grand idea. Allergies just suck. They slow me down when I have many things to do. So I guess I should probably just... Did you use watercolor or acrylic? I did this last week in during one of our pop-in paint parties, and I used Liquitex acrylic, actually. I watered down some Liquitex acrylic. This is their color of the year, light blue violet. Right here. And I just did paint strokes on, I filled a couple of pages, and then I painted one of these hymnal pages because I had paint to use up. And then I did more mark making with the same brush stroke kind of technique on another part of a hymnal page. You know, I can't waste paint. I can't waste color. As I'm making these petals, I'm thinking about, like, do I want to do something in the center of these flowers? Do I want to leave them plain? I don't know. I'll leave that for another time. And another time could be once I'm done with all the petals, or another time could be, you know, 2 days from now or a week from now. That's the beauty of an art journal, right? This is where we learn. It's not where we create masterpieces. It's where we experiment and play with color and marks and textures and dimensions, right? It's all those things. Have a great hair day. There's nothing like new hair day, Lindy. I'm telling you, I don't think there's anything quite like new hair day. I always feel like $1,000,000 when I walk out from new hair day. I like that these are kind of going off the edge of the page, so they are like it looks like it's blue paint brush strokes infinity. Oh, way over here. Way over here. You didn't do it in your art journal, Tam. I thought you did. Maybe you just did sheets of paper. But you could absolutely do this on sheets of paper. You know, if you did the brush strokes on just pieces of paper, you can absolutely do this on those pieces of paper and then put them in your art journal, right? Oh my gosh, it's making me so happy. Oh, Jeff and I started to watch a new show last night called Hijack on Apple TV. It's pretty intense, thriller. Under normal circumstances, Jeff and I have pretty different taste in TV shows. So, finding things that we both enjoy takes a bit of work sometimes. And you know, the reason that I like that show is because it stars Idris Elba. And who doesn't want to spend an hour with Idris Elba? Jeff likes all the action. And not saying that I don't enjoy that. It's exciting and intense. We've certainly all watched exciting, intense shows, but Idris Elba, I mean, come on. I'm anxious to see the whole page filled with these posies and see what idea kind of pops in next. Look where I might want to go next. Peggy, Carole King is singing to me inside of my head right now. Oh my gosh, and I remember Mrs. Murray, she had the album, of course, it was the 70s. And do you, like, those school record players, do you remember those school record players? They were just these monstrosities. but I do remember. And the record player was kind of near my seat. So I just really, I can still remember that feeling of just really like losing myself in the music. As we all did at that age, didn't we? Good morning, Joni Travis. How are you this morning? Oh my gosh, I love it so much, you guys. I don't know what I want to do. My life has been a tapestry too, Peg. My life has been a tapestry too. Everybody take a drink. I think that's why we like her so much. Her lyrics just, spoke to us all. I have not seen the play. I bet it was beautiful. I bet it was beautiful. I did see, was it part of a documentary or something about her and her first husband and like their start in the music business as songwriters more than her as a singer, which is so funny, isn't it? Because we do think of her as just this songbird of our lifetime, but that wasn't her start in the music business. I know, I really like this blue too, Joni. It's awful pretty, isn't it? Because it's kind of periwinkle, and you know how I feel about periwinkle. So just know that this these 2 pages, this double page spread, can continue on for as long as we want it to. Do you know what I mean? Like, I was just thinking, so I have 1 page done. Kind of in love with that. And this was with the number 1, 01 of the Microperm. And this is the number 5. And so now I'm thinking, what if we did this? What if we did this? And this is going to take a long time, but you know what? This is going to get us to that Zen flow state. Right? I'm kind of digging that. Just going to go around. And here's the thing, we could do this to all of them, we could do it to some of them, we can do it to whatever we want. Right? We can just keep going around the whole thing. I just created my own periwinkle. Rock on, Tam, and redid it in my journal. Rock on. I love that. Oh my gosh, Keels. I bet that was just the most moving play. Everybody take a drink. Did I say that the woodpecker came back to visit this morning? I was doing something, and all of a sudden I heard this. And he bangs on the outside of the metal part of the chimney in the morning sometimes. And then there's this piece of wood, like a big tree slice, in my front yard on a table. And that woodpecker loves that slice of wood. He hides things in there, like in between the bark and the wood slice. I love that. I could just watch him forever. He's a very interesting guy. That Gila woodpecker is what's in my front yard. Oh my gosh, it's making me so happy, you guys. I hope yours is making you just as happy. There's something about just creating open-ended art like this. Do you know what I mean? That, and this is writing over, just so, side note, this pen is writing over acrylic paint pretty nicely. And that's hard to find sometimes. So that's a good thing to remember. Oh, I'm loving it so much. Did you see that play in New York City, Keels? Yesterday in Stitch Along, we were talking about what we are currently reading, what we're currently reading, watching, listening to, eating, drinking. So I am eating sumo oranges. Gosh, I love those stinking sumo oranges. Woodpeckers' tongues are so long that they wrap around inside their heads to protect their brains from the constant pecking. Shut up! That's such a cool thing to know, Sue. My resident animal lover. I should think they would need something to protect from the from the constant pecking. I would get that, like, that doesn't, because wouldn't that give you a headache? Oh, Keels, I love that you saw it with your parents. And in Chicago. Awesome. Oh my gosh, it's making me so happy. Okay, so what does it, okay, so what's something new that you're currently eating? Anything? Or watching, or reading, or listening to, or drinking? The Suma oranges are so good. I think I have one more in the fridge. Goat. Interesting. Did you grow it yourself? Did you, are you eating it someplace else? Do you know what I mean? Like a restaurant or that kind of thing? My nephew ate goat one time. We were in New York City, and it was such a crazy New York City experience. We landed, and Jeff's aunt had an apartment on the upper east side, I believe. And it was the tiniest apartment, but we just needed a place to throw our suitcases. Do you know what I mean? Because we were out and about the whole time. But when we landed and Jeff's cousin dropped us off, I swear, you guys, there was a street fair going on, like on the street that her apartment was. So we just threw our suitcases in the door and ran downstairs. And I remember Dwayne ate goat. I'm trying to think what I had. We were all trying something different. My kid ate a grilled cheese, whatever. I had this thing that was like cornbread and something else. And then like a big cup of fruit with tagine on it, which now I'm all about the fruit with tagine on it. It seems like there was watermelon. I had it roasted on have had it roasted on a spit in Africa a couple of times. Many stories about that. I can't wait to hear. I also had it in Greece. I bought this at BJ's. No way. BJ's is like our Costco and Sam's Club. Is that right? love that you're a world traveler, Sue. I love it, love it, love it. I'm almost done with all of the flower petals. Well, this round of all of the flower petals. So yesterday, one of the Ordinary and Happy Life prompts was, at the end of the day, think about something that you learned each day. So like every day we learn something, right? So, some days are big things, some days are not so big, right? Like the other day, I was having such a problem with technology, like figuring out a way to, oh my gosh, did I finish them all? Did I finish them all? Now what am I going to do? Now what am I going to do? Okay, a warehouse store. I thought so. Anyway, so every day it's kind of been in my head, like what have I learned each day, like, and acknowledging it, you know. One thing I learned was I had to go see a family member who's in an assisted living place right now, and I pride myself on being a good conversationalist, and I learned to trust my husband to carry part of the conversation, and you know what, it was a good thing. It was a good thing, and because that's not usually his role, but he knew that it was a challenging moment for me, and you know what, he just handled it, and I just thought, oh, okay, I can do that. I can just sit and be quiet and let that flow, and then if there's something I want to interject, I wait my turn and interject. But it was just it was kind of a fascinating thing. Everybody take a drink. So think about that every night. They said at dinner, talk about what you've learned that day. But, you know, it could be whenever you want or whatever you want. Do you know what I mean? But just kind of put it in your thinker. So we'll all be listening to Carole King today. Tapestry. And Keely will choose which platform she wants to listen to it on. And I'm thinking, do I want to do this more often? Do I just want to do it sporadically? I'm feeling like I might want to just do it sporadically. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe every now and again. Can you guys hear her crying at the door? She is just a pitiful, pitiful thing. Miss Maisie. Just random. Because then maybe I'll think of something else to do in some of these posies. That's kind of making me happy. Maybe this one up here. There we go. What was the other thing? Okay, so I told you what I'm watching. That new show, the Idris Elba Hijack. But also Bookish. I love that show. Shrinking. We love that one. Okay, I'm going to turn. Nice and slow. Just enjoy the process of making these dots. And if I let my shoulders relax and my jaw relax, that's when my good ideas kind of come. You know what I mean? Let's do here. Oh my gosh, she's so mistreated. Jeff says she's, so Jeff was gone for a couple of days and she usually goes to work with him. And so he goes, she's got to learn how to get back in the groove of working because she's like, come on, let's play. Yeah, well, it's kind of like having an infant. We were watching a lot of the Olympics. Jeff doesn't watch the Olympics. He likes to watch just the highlights. Which is funny because he's such a sports guy, but whatever. Last night, we were amused by this puppy. There was a moth on the other side of the back door. And she was equally entranced by her own reflection on the back door and the moth. It was hysterical. It was hysterical. Loving it so much. Like, part of me is thinking, what else? I'm still reading The Correspondent and loving it. And drinking Salud. Although I'm not drinking so much Paloma as I was. Now I'm drinking Mandarin, which is, oh my gosh, so delicious. Because I'm kind of on this orange kick. Let's see. Let's do this guy. Listening to, as of yesterday, I was listening to Howard Jones. But now, I'm listening to Carole King. I like all kinds of music, so that's big fun for me to listen to. Like, have a new somebody to listen to. Do you know what I mean? And do you remember back in the day, we would just listen to a whole album. Do you remember that? I loved that. Let's go here. I'm loving these pens, you guys. I told myself I was going to use them for the whole day today to see put them through their paces. See if it could be a micron, maybe not a micron replacement, but a micron backup. I don't know what else I want to do. I was thinking I might want to do some like this in each of some petals. Just some line work. I was thinking about the learning something new every day, you know? And it made me think, like, how cool is it to go, ooh, what am I going to learn today? And I think if you do that, if you kind of present it to yourself that way, then you're going to be looking for new things to learn. Shut up. I'm loving this, you guys. Whoops. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh, you guys. I'm loving that. Let's do this one. Because it kind of needs a little bit of help because it's so close to the edge, to the binding. I still have, well, how am I doing on time? Getting close. I still have my, Keeley, or printable. I have, well, I need to finish this one, and then I'm going to cut these out and make some Valentines. And I have my Super Bowl page that I need to fill in all my stuff. I'm so happy with the mark making of the, oh, I can feel the ridges of those Karen marker gel pens. Stop. Anywho, I have those two things to kind of finish up too. So look for those in your newsletter this weekend. Good morning, Denise Harding. How are you? So happy to see you. I'm really liking these, you guys. Oh, I need to finish that one. It kind of looks a little bit picture framey. Let's do one that has lots on the blue so I can test out the pen on the blue, on the acrylic paint. And you know what, you guys? It is working like a charm. is rocking it. Oh, one more. Oops. Almost left that one blank and bare. So I'm loving that. I'm loving the addition of this. I think that's bringing some new something to the whole composition. See, she stopped crying. That means she found a bug, a bird up in the sky to travel across the yard following. Debbie, are you exploring all kinds of stuff in Arizona? I think the lesson I'm thinking about is the more I just like take one idea, let that percolate in my noggin, then the next idea will come to you. And then just let the same thing, let that percolate for a while, and then the next idea will come to you, you know? Like right now, I feel like I just want to do things with the petals. I don't know that I want to do anything in the centers. Like maybe that's the unifier. The blue brush strokes just being the unifier throughout the whole art piece. Debbie, I was going to tell you, now is like a perfect wildflower seeing time. Then you have some, if you're in Apache Junction, Bartlett Lake isn't far from you, Saguaro Lake, Lost Dutchman. Oh, you're very close to Lost Dutchman. Those are all really good wildflower places to see wildflowers. You might try, you might go for a trip south to Tucsonish, to Picacho Peak. Very pretty. Very, very pretty. I'm kind of looking at that layout. Maybe start on this page, and then I'll see like areas that need some help over here. Anywho. I hope that you are just continuing to add pages and pages and pages to your art journal. Remember? Because if you bought it at back to school time, it was 50 cents. That's a lot of ground for us to cover artistically, right? You can do as many of these as you want. Anywho, give it a try. Give it a try. Try something new. I know this is going to kind of go here, I think. Oh, and I'm going to do Lindsay's page also. I need to print that off. There's never a short supply of artsy stuff to play and try. That's for sure. So I will bid you adieu, and I will say, don't forget to check your newsletter this weekend. And I gotta go let that crybaby in. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging with me, for creating with me. I can't wait to see your brushstroke flowers. I can't wait to see your whole meadow of brushstroke flowers. We did something like this at the very, very beginning, Joni. Remember? Brushstroke flowers. That was a long, long time ago. Like, that was like 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic. Anyway, I'll dig that out and find it. I adore you all. Thanks so much, everybody. Talk to you soon. Bye.